Hi, my name is Kealani Yamamoto, and I did my ICS 100 Spring 2025 presentation on Depop. So, the first point to bring up is just some general information about Depop. So, what is Depop? Depop is a clothing marketplace platform that allows people to sell their clothes and other items. It's a very flexible app, and you may sell clothes you have lying around, or you can just start a new brand for a growing business. There's a lot of independent sellers, unique and vintage and handmade items. Here is more information about Depop because there is a lot that makes this app unique from others. For example, Depop is different from other apps because it's marketed to younger audiences. They also promote sustainable fashion and reduce waste by encouraging clothing resale. They make money by charging platform fees, transaction fees, or other fees. And Depop has gotten so big to the point where many famous people like Olivia Rodrigo, Bella Thorne, etc. have sold their clothes on this app. And the next slide goes over the history of Depop. The first point is that it was originally just an app to purchase items from featured creatives, but it has since grown to a huge marketplace for buying and reselling fashion. This is the founder of Depop in 2011, and this is kind of a timeline of Depop. So they first founded, the headquarters moved when they got bigger. They raised $8 million in investments and went to 62, then to 650, and then it was bought by Etsy by 1.25 billion. And it's still popular to this day as a standalone app, and I in fact just sold my bikini on Depop last week. Okay, and here are here's how to use Depop basically. And to sell, you take pics of the clothes or items you want to sell, list them at a reasonable price, and input all the information Depop requires you to. So you can't see it in this picture I show, but basically at the bottom it kind of has like size, color, and then descriptions you input yourself, and then you can just sell it. You can make your own shipping labels or use Depop's labels so that you don't have to deal with all of the hard part of selling. And here's how you buy from Depop. It's just set up like Instagram. You can scroll through a feed of clothes, or you could search stuff, and sometimes, as you see in the picture, it shows clothing items suggested for you. And here is my experience with Depop itself. I've been using Depop since 2020, and I've also used other selling apps like Mercari, Poshmark, which I'll go over in the next slide. And other selling apps are generally cheaper. I would say that's the only con about Depop, is that a lot of the things on here that are like unique and different are kind of expensive sometimes. And I've sold many items over the years. The picture on the left is actually a picture of stuff I've sold on this shop. And yeah, it's pretty easy and self-explanatory even if you haven't sold anything before. And here are competing apps. Basically, the first one is Mercari. I've used Mercari and I like it. I'd say it's pretty equal with Depop, but Depop is definitely more unique. There's Rebag. I've just heard of that. Poshmark I've bought on before. eBay I've bought stuff on. Etsy I've bought stuff on, and which that is also the company that has bought Depop too. Vinted, that one's kind of like vintage clothes, as you can tell in the title, and Shopaholic, and I just heard of that one when I was researching this. Here are some key points from basically the whole slideshow. The first one is that Depop is very different from other selling apps because it mostly markets to younger audiences, like specifically Gen Z and millennials, because it includes trends and fashion in their marketing. And like I said before, promotes reducing waste. Depop grew very quickly from 2011 to 2025 and is still growing to this day. Anyone can sell on Depop or buy on Depop too, and it's super easy, and you can also find great buys on the app. Here are my citations.